You sneaky, you're running as an outsider.
I am an outsider.
Is this true? Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Come on! Come on! Really?
Do you smoke crack cocaine?
Exactly.
Let's give the people what they came for.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada? There will always be a Canada. All right, elbows out, elbows up.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Ready? Are you ready? Get them out of here! Get them out of here! Get the hell out of here!
Enough with the woke shit.
So the answer to that is to stop being stupid.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Get your special sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
Is the federal government stealing from us? Are they sabotaging our industry? Are they taking us down the path to communism? Are they censoring us? Are they stealing our guns from us? Come on, let's go!
Let's fucking go.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. Welcome to Unhinged Fringe. Happy New Year. Well, almost. I think for some people they're getting close, depending where you're watching from. It's good to see everybody. I hope you had a wonderful week. I hope you had a great holiday season, we'll say, post-Christmas, going into the new year. No, Marika, I'm not derailing the stream to play things. I'm not doing that tonight. We've got a lot to get going on. We got a lot to talk about. But before we do, the show wouldn't be complete unless I was bringing in my good old hetero life mate. No homo. Matt, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Yeah.
How goes it? We haven't seen you since before Christmas. How's everything going?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling hopeful. I know people yell at us all the time. You're nothing but doom and gloom. I'm going to cry into my pillow now because you guys are so mean. And it's just, we only can deal with what we've dealt with. But I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling a little hopeful. You know why?
A little optimistic.
Eric? You know why?
Please explain to me. I'm just dying.
Because we can collect the signatures starting right away. And
starting January 2nd, ladies and gentlemen.
January 2nd, we can start getting signatures. And let me give you a little background. I've been saying most of the things we've been saying for 15 years, pre the coup, I had no faith of any good coming from the federal government of Canada. And I thought my lot in life was, to once they start sending the UN shock troops and the RCMP death squads to put us in the boxcars, I was just going to die a glorious death in the woods like a Wolverine. But there's hope now. There's hope. Alberta Independence is the shining light. Let's go.
You're going to have to find a way to move out to Alberta. One way or another. Things are about to pick up. In fact, Matt's going to be here for the town hall event coming up in Calgary, January 26th, 7 p.m. at the BMO Center. Limited seating, folks, 6,000 chairs, but believe me, that's going to fill up quickly. Make sure you're there, be square. Come say hi to myself and Matt while we're there. Let's get a roll call.
I'm going to cram myself into a tiny WestJet seat for every time I fly. It's like a dude with shoulders the same size as mine right next to me. It drives me insane. But I'm
Matt, you're going to come. You're going to come to the meeting.
I'm going to come.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm going to come.
Oh, here we go, guys. Let's get that old roll call going on. We got Miss Titan coming in from Music City in the United States of America. I'm assuming that's Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome in. Good to have you here. We got Mystical coming in from Ohio. USA. We got Sean joining us from Slippery Spruce Grove. It rained here today. That's so bizarre. I've never seen rain at the end of December. That's bizarre. We got Jancor joining us once again from Ottawa, Ontario. Welcome in. We got Back of the Bus coming in from Rocky Mountain House. Good to see you here. We got Anne coming in as well. Welcome in. Happy New Year to you. We got Nelson Cade joining us from New Brunswick. Delphine's joining us from Fort Mac. We got Mike from Calgary, who's not a troll, by the way. I'm going to remind you of that. We got Mark coming in from Killam, Alberta. Welcome in. Carol and Gerald joining us once again from Calgary. We got Carson. Happy New Year to you, the gringo, joining us from Porno Viagra. Good to have you in here. Michael Brown.
And Gerald aren't getting flooded by the water main break.
We're going to talk about that tonight. Michael coming in. Happy New Year from Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. Happy New Year to you as well. Happy to see you here. God, I can't stop watching Landman. Every time I watch Landman, I want to move to Texas every time I see Landman. Mystical coming in from my roof again for another year. Listen, it's a little wet out there. Be careful. You don't want to slip off the roof. We got John. Ottawa's flooding Edmonton and Calgary with tens of thousands of migrants soon. Not happening, John. Welcome into the stream. We got Wild coming in from Edmonton. Welcome in. It's good to see you here. We've got Glenn coming in from Southwest Georgia. Welcome in. Mike Freedom Honey, he's just here for the comments, folks. Coming in from Beaver County. I'll be there next month. Mike, you're going to have to hang out with us while we're filming. We're going to have to get together pre what, town hall? Like a what is it, a kegger? They call it tailgate party? I don't know, whatever they want to call it. Yeah. We'll be out talking to folks before everything kicks off. Can't wait to see you there, Mike. We got Rob coming in from Bentley, Alberta. Who else we got? How do we sign up? I keep seeing this as soon as we mention it. APP hasn't said yet when they're going to start collecting their signatures. As soon as they do, folks, you better know for a fact there will be a video on this channel. I'll be blasting it from the rooftops. Keep your ears peeled.
How do you sign up to go to the town hall? I think it's just...
Oh, to the town hall?
It's a stadium, right? You just show up.
Well, it's not in the stadium. This is in the BMO Center next to the Saddle Dome. I believe you just get in there, and once it's full, it's full. Check the APP website under events. They may have a sign up at some point. I haven't seen a sign up, just a QR code, but I believe that just again reroutes you to their site. If there is a sign up, I'll let you know. Lori's joining us from Spruce. Detoth coming in from Saskatchewan. Hey, they're leaving too, by the way. They're joining us on our crusade to leave Canada. Dutchy coming in from Fort Mac. Dutchy, welcome back. It's good to have you here. Chuck Davis
on the table. I don't know if you saw it.
He's coming in from Peterborough, Ontario. I got to get caught up in the chat, but first we got to get Alberta Scott coming in as a new member of the Patriots Club. Jeff becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Hanover becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Dutchy slapping it on the table, as Matt said, $140 super chat. Thank you for the hoodie and shirt. Have a great independent new year. Me and the great lady in Fort Mac. There you go. Thank you so much, Dutchy. That's very, very generous of you. Guys, slap that like button. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 likes tonight. It's New Year's Eve. If we can get 1,000 likes throughout the stream, throughout the broadcast, I'll do a giveaway. You don't have to be a member, nothing like that. It applies to everybody. We'll just do a fun little giveaway because it's New Year's Eve. How's that sound? Buy Derek a coffee? Yes. If you want to contribute to the channel, there is a link to buy me a coffee in the description. Hit that link because, YouTube, God, they take 30%. It's a lot. It's a lot. Bradley Wilcox coming in as well. Did you see the link I sent you? I did see the link. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for the super chat. Guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight. I've been doing a lot of searching around over the holidays. I don't know about you, Matt. I've been trying to make sure that I'm well educated when we get into talking about independence, when we talk about new things that are coming up in the new year. Mark Carney and his corruption. I found a place where you can go to get educated. It's in Minnesota. It's called a Leering Center. Don't usually do memes, but it's New Year's Eve. You guys check this out. Check out the advertisement for the Leering Center.
What's the problem here, guys? Do we look like illegal Somalian immigrants to you? Cheers! Money move fast. Oh, I love America. Just give coke and liquor to politician and I become citizen. Their world. Come lay with me. Sign say Baker. Nobody home. Come lay with me.
empty cribs, still $1 million loans. Come live with me. No kids, no snacks.
Happy New Year 2026. Cheers to
Come
that.
live with me. Spell it wrong, party on. Imagine that. Come live with me. Come live with me. Oh. Come live with me. Oh.
Let's go! Party time 2026 is here.
They let them all in, came in quick, no delay. Pop up rings, money flip, move fast, okay. Wasn't a problem, didn't bug me. I bit the paperwork was wild, but they tried that trick. Come here with me. Sunset daycare. Nobody home.
This 26. Leering New Year's party is lit, guys. Come leer with us.
Come leer with us. Everybody wants to be leered with. Everybody wants us to leer with them.
Has to mute my mic when those things are going on because I'm killing myself laughing.
Well, there's an echo when we're doing. I don't know why StreamYard hasn't fixed the stupid thing when you're showing the screens of the echo.
Okay.
So the last thing I want to do is have everybody echoing. The Leering Center is a big deal. A lot of questionable behavior.
On topic, before we want to jump into that topic, we share mine because it's funny that we bring up the Mars Attacks aliens with their big giant heads and their weird faces, because these are the faces of the actual owners of all of the various Somali daycares that they've uncovered so far. You check that out.
So these are the people that are looking after your children, apparently, that, don't go to a building with anything in it but empty stuff. It's
like, bruh.
Jankar, the $2 super chat. Somali dude, new secretary of the UN. Maybe. Thank you for the super chat. I gotta show you guys.
These are the faces of the actual registered owners of those daycares that they were finding.
You know what's funny? Asmongold had a really funny video when they were talking about what's happening at that center. I gotta share it with you guys because it's just way too good.
Man, I'm old enough to remember when Asmongold was a WoW streamer.
Was a WoW streamer. Yeah. Major Flip coming in, $2 super chat. Happy New Year from Johnson City, Tennessee. Major Flip, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you as well. Let's take a look at Asmongold here because this is just it's so good, folks. We have to share it with you guys. It's about 3 minutes long, but it's well worth the watch. Check out what's going on at the Leering Center and wait till you see the people speaking out for it now getting caught in their own lies. It's absolutely hilarious. Here we go. Let's take a look.
Minnesota mom panics after seeing fraud bad in her script.
If childcare is cut, I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
And look what we have here. The usual suspects. The order of Karens. That's
fraud
right.
Is bad.
Fraud. Oh, that's crazy. My best assumption, the reason why she freaked out about it is that she knows that if she speaks out about this, she could get pushback from inside of her own community as potentially being seen as against them or betraying them. So basically, we have people right now. This is crazy. So he says that somebody came in to break into his business, the daycare, to steal all of the records that they could use to figure out whether they were breaking the law or not. Isn't that convenient?
Unfortunately, we saw that there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone.
Oh, wow. So just as soon as this happens, you get your store broken into and all the information goes away. Wow. Well, that's fucking convenient.
The check papers that were from our book. This is devastating.
So all of the records of money, all of the records of kids, and all of the records of employees have conveniently been stolen from your daycare days after an investigation has begun.
As one video made by a specific individual made this all happen. Hateful messages through our voice notes threatening us for the past couple of days.
Leave it to stupid white Karens to go out and believe such an obvious lie because it can make them feel good about themselves. These people are born to be taken advantage of. They are. 10 masked Somalis have come out to the Quality Learning Center here in Minneapolis and attempted to fix their misspelled address sign, but they failed.
Got 10 Somalis out here trying to fix their misspelled street name. We'll see how much success they have there.
They can't figure out how to change it.
Basically, the Quality Learning Center not only had the main sign misspelled, but also the address was missing an L.
Later.
They didn't quite finish the job changing it. It's now about midnight outside the Quality Learning Center.
This is just fucking pathetic, guys. Oh my God. They just put a piece of paper over it. And this is after 14 hours.
All right, a little update here. After 14 hours, 10 plus military-aged men from the Quality Learning Center have been unsuccessful in figuring out how to take the stickers off their address sign.
Guys, this might just be too good. Sure.
So they just went ahead and put up 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, spell the street address right.
Yeah, maybe if they get another $1 million of funding, they might be able to afford to do it.
I understand. Fraud is bad.
Fraud.
Uh-oh.
She said the quiet part out loud.
Fraud is bad. Oh no! Man. What's this? I've got videos playing in the background now. Hold on. William's saying this is screwed up. It's beyond screwed up. It's beyond screwed up. It's absolutely ridiculous that this is what. And guys, if you missed today's video on the channel, go check it out because we've uncovered what's going on in Canada now. You're never going to believe what's going on in Canada. I got to get to some honorable mentions because I don't want people to miss out. Nick coming in $2 super chat definitely looked like they got hit by the short bus. Well, and again, the guys going in and switching the sign numbers, I'm willing to bet are the same 10 people going inside that Matt just showed that have been uncovered so far as to the registered owners of the Leering Center. Tony Shaw coming in the $10 super chat. How does anybody feel about free hoodies? Or how does free hoodies sound? Let's see where the likes get. Look at Tony Shaw coming in like a boss again, wanting to give away free hoodies. Let's see what Tony wants to do a little later on. Let's see where we can get the likes. Hit the likes, folks. We're doing giveaways. Somebody asked, is the stream going to be going until midnight? No, we're doing a regular stream tonight. At some point,
my daughter.
At some point, I got to go spend time with my kids.
Absolutely waiting to watch the final episode of Stranger Things. So yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh, where everybody's gay apparently.
Probably.
I've heard about it. Should we really? Should we bring up? What did you have anything about Canada with the Leering Center?
No, I was gonna let you spin some of that and just give my 2 cents on it. But when we know it's going on, like you from the video today, I was actually kind of mad at you because I was like, I was gonna bring up a bunch of those videos that you showed in the video today. I'm like, well, now I'm not gonna. He already did it all.
Well, here we go. Let's keep it going. Andy Lee, good friend of mine. I love Andy Lee. She does such great work. The head of ArriveCan contractor, Veritalk, which revealed millions, is really Erica Henzel, according to records. She is also the head of a staffing agency called Manpower, which is partnered with Experis and based in the United States. They are the empty offices that taxpayers donated to for the development of ArriveCan. She says, I have 13 pages of SEC filings from their subcontractor subsidiaries. So these are for empty offices. And here's the proof before YouTube goes and slaps us with misinformation. She's registered out of Falls Church, Virginia. But she's collecting a bunch of taxpayer dollars. This is right here. We found the real headquarters of our mystery company receiving $100 million a year. It looks alive, but is deserted. We also found a former chief officer is listed as director for a holding company at a related registered business address that doesn't exist. Gets worse from there. Like I've got other posts because a lot of that's in tonight's stream. Hold on. Let me get to $900 million for Brookfield and government contracts. Are Canadians ready to wake up? This is unbelievable. We must stop it immediately. We showed earlier Mark Carney's contracts going through on Brookfield.
Mm-hmm.
Brookfield Global Integrated, $322,000. Global Integrated Solution Ones Canada LP, $2.7 million. Brookfield Global Integrated Solutions, $162 million. Brookfield Global Integration Solutions BGIS, $18 million.
And they always make this such generic names, so you couldn't even guess as to what they're actually supposed to be doing.
It's all like when you see the Leering Center and Tim Waltz is a retard. Bye bye. What's going on in Canada? What are we doing in Canada?
The same thing, and it's modus operandi for the entire Western world, all of the EU, Australia, UK, Canada, the US, all of the government officials are doing the same thing. And I've been saying it for 15 years. And just now, finally, stuff's starting to come out because they can't stop, like that kid, whatever his name is, Sterling, who just decided one day to walk into those daycares with a cell phone and say, hey, what's going on in here? And that's the exact reason why they want to put in those censorship bills. They don't want people like that kid to just be able to walk into a building with their cell phone, record a video, and release it on X. They want to censor X. They want to take us off the air, PJ the Belt off the air, all of us. They don't want any of this going on.
Nope. They don't want anybody speaking out or exposing them because, God forbid the government have this paperwork in order. And anybody that, is breaking the law gets mad. People have cell phones. Ezra Levant has said it many times. If you have a cell phone, you're a journalist. You have the ability to film. You have the ability to report. You have the ability to talk about what's going on in the world. And you should do your due diligence if you're out and you see something. SMG saying, 2 days ago, I got confronted by a jerkish racist white man at the Tim Hortons to tell me to F off, saying that I'm the problem and charges towards me and tells me to leave. Really? At Tim Hortons? The only thing I've seen at Tim Hortons is this.
Why bring the gun to me and then I give you $25 gift card to Tim Hortons?
Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Why you redeem it?
Oh, do not redeem! Don't go to Tim Hortons. Don't redeem. Get out of Tim's. What are you doing in Tim Hortons? Get away
from me. We will not redeem. I will
do not redeem. Do not redeem. Let's. It's Gary. We can't shake Gary. We had to get Gary in here for New Year's. Had to get Big Gary in here for New Year's. It's Gary the Terry. There you go.
We ain't redeeming shit.
We're not redeeming nothing. We don't need those stinking badges. If you guys want to see what's happening to the Quality Leering Center, I should probably show this as well. It's being turned into a spirit Halloween. They've got their spelling wrong on that one too, just to make sure that it matches the complexities of the Leering Center. So everybody in Minnesota, keep your eyes up for that one. The Leering Center is going to be a Spirit Halloween very shortly. Andy Lee's got another one here. I'm just going to pull this up because this was on today's video. We found another headquarters for the Canadian Climate Institute registered at 192 Spadina Avenue, Suite 316 in Toronto. Somebody said this was being converted into some kind of shelter or something like that. It says this charity received $30 million from the federal government, yet the Canada Revenue Agency filings show $0 allocated to charity work. It's exactly as we expected. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And there was a climate office too, right? That was just an empty office. It was supposedly the Office for Climate Directives or something, and it was empty.
They're all empty.
Yeah.
They're all empty.
A lot of money going to non-existent organizations and empty offices.
Yep. I got to get some honorable mentions real quick, and then we'll get to what you're going to say here. Ann with a $5 super chat. Happy New Year's Eve, Derek and family, Matt and family, and everybody on chat. Thank you so much, Ann. Happy New Year to you as well. Trowland coming in $2 super chat. Happy New Year, Alberta. Thank you very much. Kevin, $5 super chat. We need to end the modern welfare state, cut all taxes and income tax, and return all charity to churches and mutual aid societies. I agree to a certain extent. Jan Core, $2 super chat. I manifest the libs to go kaboom. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Yeah, when it comes to charities, here's the problem. It doesn't matter whose hands it gets into. You can never guarantee that what you're doing is straight to the point, that it's being used for the right reasons. Like, even if you go directly to some of these agencies, we'll say, that handle charity, you give them their money, and then like 3/4 of what you donate goes to their newest commercial. Or
pretty sure the Salvation Army got busted giving only like 10% of what they get to the actual charities and the people, where the rest is like their bureaucracy and their storefronts and their advertising and all kinds of crap.
Yep. CB says, do we get free ski passes for the new 1.4 billion ski resort in Ukraine? Oh, we're gonna definitely talk about that. I don't know if you guys seen this. We were announcing Mark Carney guaranteed a loan, guaranteed, however you want to put it, a loan for Ukraine to the tune of $2.5 billion. And people, I was speaking with a friend of mine last night who says, well, there's a difference between East Ukraine and West Ukraine. I really don't care. This video was going around on Boxing Day showing this ski hill. Let's take a look. This ski hill in Ukraine where everyone's out having a jolly old time. Oh, we don't want to get dinged for copyright there. This is Ukraine.
Christmas carols, can they?
Yep. This is one of the most popular ski hills in Ukraine. Look at the lineups. Look at the amount of people there having a great old time. Middle of winter. They needed a bunch of money from us, right? What's funny about that, and I'm going to bring it up while we're here. Amid the Russia war, Ukraine's building a U.S. $1.4 billion holiday resort in the Carpathian Mountains. 25 hotels, a range of ski slopes, and ski lifts planned for Carpathian Mountains near Lviv, or however it's pronounced, in countries far west, far from the Russian war front. Who's funding that? Who's funding that? I guarantee you it's us. We're paying them to get a brand new Carpathian ski resort.
If I was Russia, I mean, I'm not condoning this, but if I was Russia, I would bomb that thing right now, just because.
Oh, that's good. Now we're going to get banned. Now we're going to get banned. Now you're doing it.
Come on.
We're going to have to sit down and talk about the do's and don'ts of YouTube one of these days. It's like you're that guy in the airport that would say the B word and get us all arrested. I swear to God.
Probably.
Oh, just don't redeem it.
Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Why you redeem it?
Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I ruined everything.
Yeah, that really grinds my gears. We're gonna the Quality Learning Center. We got to talk about what's really on the menu tonight. I got to talk about Alberta, unless there was anything else you had to chat about.
Pull up this picture of the Quality Learning Center, the meme.
Oh, there you go.
Take it just outside.
There you go.
Good morning, my neighbors.
The Kingdom of Zamunda is in charge of Quality Learning Center, apparently.
Oh man,
what is it? What is it? McDowell's. There will be a McDowell's next door.
Yep.
McDowell's will be coming next door.
The Golden Arcs.
Golden Arcs at McDowell's.
I'm not gonna lie. We had a really cool video of it was Zelensky, Trudeau, and Carney dancing like the Techno Viking to the Techno Viking song. I was killing myself laughing at it, but apparently we can't play it because that music is copyrighted too.
It's all copyrighted. Well, that's why I keep telling, like, Rise of Alberta keeps making these great videos, great video clips, and I keep telling them, stop using copyright music in those video clips because I can't show them on the internet. Jeez.
Yeah, there's so many good like free songs you can use out there. Just pick some of those.
Unreal.
Right, let's talk about Alberta.
Let's talk about Alberta. We've never done that before, right? I know it's kind of a very vague subject on this channel. Like Matt said at the beginning of the stream, signatures are able to start being taken officially as of January 2nd. So in less than 48 hours, folks, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But there's some things going on that are worrying me now a little bit. I'm just going to say worried naturally, but I kind of want to snuff out the problem here and say that I don't think people should be worried. You know, this is one of those things where when I first saw it, I thought, oh my God, like this is exactly what everybody was saying. Early election, it's going to screw up the vote for independence. I don't believe it is. Let's talk about it. Let's show what's going on here. Rebecca Schultz leaving her seat today in the legislature. Now with the UCP, Rebecca Schultz has been there for a long time. In fact, she was my MLA for the entire time she was running her career. I voted for her every single term when I lived in Calgary. She's got a long letter here. I'm not going to go through it. But of course, you can see accounts like David Parker saying blood in the water. Because Naheed Nenshi was seen on a news report the other day saying he's ready for an election. The UCP can't win. He dares them to call an election. I triple dog dare you. Sorry, fat boy. We're not doing it anytime soon. Rebecca Schultz says serving Albertans and the people of Calgary Shaw has been the honor of a lifetime. I am proud of our team, the leadership, and our Premier Danielle Smith, and our government. See my full statement below. Now, what she says is that she's just moving on to greener pastures. She's stepping away. I would have preferred, and I would prefer any MLA do that at the end of their term. You know, if you're going to do it halfway through the term, I understand things arise, things come up. Again, Rebecca Schultz is a very nice person. I've spoke with her several times. I just wish they'd do it at either the end of their term or don't run in the next one. You know, I really can't stand when people walk away halfway through, or they say, you know, unless it was absolutely necessary. But a lot of people are citing now that we're going to see an early election. There's going to be a spring election, and it's going to derail the independence movement in Alberta. I don't think that's going to happen. Danielle can't afford to go to the polls right now. With everything going on with the ATA, with everything going on with the unions, a lot of crap being flung at the wall. She's in no position to go to the polls.
And why should she? I mean, unless the NDP can find a way to force an election, like why would she bother to call one?
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason.
Yeah, Night of Falima saying, I thought the Alberta election was just a rumor. That's all it is a rumor. But just like the video I showed the other day, yesterday, when we showed we showed people saying that, hey, you know, technically the Alberta government doesn't have to move forward if we have a yes vote on a referendum. You remember Bruce Party sat down with Jason Levine. I almost said Rob Levine. He sat down with Jason Levine, and they talked with Mickey Amory, and he says, well, you know, according to Bill 14, the UCP technically doesn't have to abide by a yes vote on a referendum, even if it's like 60%. And Mickey Amory just said, well, theoretically, yes. However, it's just a possibility. It's like throwing a what if out there. Well, it's allowed. It says that it's allowed in the law. That doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. Again, I will reassure everybody that unless Danielle backtracks on it, which I don't believe she would, because let me tell you something. If we got a 60% push for independence, say fall of 2026, and Danielle Smith pulled a Jason Kenney and said, I don't think we're going to move ahead with it. It's good to know that that's how Albertans feel, but we're going to use this to negotiate with the federal government or things like. Do you know how many people would be outside that legislature? Do you know how many? And I'm not talking like people with cardboard signs. I'm talking like pitchforks, torches, tar and feather, ropes, like the whole 9 yards. Like there would be. You want to talk about January 6th? This would be the real storming of a legislature. This would be a bunch of pissed off, angry Albertans demanding somebody on a platter. They wouldn't sit and say, oh, that's okay, Danielle, you know, we'll just vote you out and we'll vote somebody else in that hopefully, you know, gets us or gets the job done. Yeah. There would be a lot of pissed off Albertans.
A great many. See, I don't see her calling one for no reason, because first and foremost, it's costly, it's time consuming, and it's just a lot of bullcrap that she doesn't want or need. So unless the NDP can find a way to force one, I don't think there'll be an election. And like all these recall petitions, like they have to get enough signatures. Like they're saying, we're starting a recall petition. We're doing a recall petition. All these people have recall petitions. Yes, they have a recall petition against them. How many signatures do they have? I haven't heard anything about that. Believe me, if they had anything approaching danger levels, they'd be screaming about it.
Yep. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to get the signatures that they need. It's just a PR stunt. I've said it before. The only reason that these recall legislations are going through is so that they can get numbers for those areas, so they can figure out who they need to put in place or who's popular and who isn't popular to run against the UCP. That's it. They want to see what their numbers are. That's all this is. It's just grandstanding. I've got Jason saying, how involved in the APP referendum on independence will you be in 2026? As involved as I can be. Now, I've offered several things to Alberta Prosperity Project in terms of my resources, in terms of my availability. I've told them, and I've mentioned here on the channel before, I would like to get together with John Bolton, with PJ the Belt, when they're available, tour some university campuses, set up some little tents and chairs, and do a Change My Mind talking about Alberta independence. Can I be at every single town hall that APP does? Absolutely not. I 3 kids, full-time with the wife. I don't have those options available, but I'll be as involved as I can be. I want independence just as bad as everybody else.
Sorry.
So Matt's actually flying out in January to be a part of the town hall.
I'm excited.
I'll be there.
I missed the rally, so I got to make it. For
Yeah,
this one.
so I'll be down with Matt. We're driving the 3.5 hours to be there. I'm going to make sure I'm there. Those larger events, it's a lot easier to say, okay, we're going to be there. We're going to try and get some exposure for APP. Anytime Dr. Modry or Mitch Sylvester or Jeff Rath wants to come on the channel, I'm happy to listen to them. I'm happy to listen anytime Danielle Smith wants to come on the channel and talk about where Alberta is headed aside from the independence vote. Again, I think Danielle's making some big strides when it comes to Alberta, when she's talking about immigration as of recently, to make sure that we have a handle on who's coming into Alberta and who isn't. Keep in mind that that was a number one concern for a lot of people going into an independence vote. What happens if all these do not redeems come in from all over Canada and start flooding our vote? What happens if they all flood from Ontario or Quebec or wherever and start sabotaging an independence vote? Why do you think Danielle's all of a sudden talking about it being a big issue? Right as we're about to gain signatures. Same thing with Bill 14. APP's question was about to get thrown out of court. Suddenly, at the 11th hour, Danielle Smith and Mickey Amory come forward with the amendments to Bill 14 to say, court doesn't have anything to do with it. We're fast-tracking this stuff. It gets through. That's why anytime somebody says, oh, I think Danielle's WEF, I think that she's going to put a knife in our back, I always say to people, well, you're free to your opinion. However, her actions tell me otherwise. How do you argue when you see everything that's going on in the background? Like, she's literally laying down the foundation for us to have our voice.
She's saying we're not going to arrest people for their memes or their social media posts. We're not going to participate in the federal gun buyback. We're not going to do any of this shit. Like on TV, plain as day, we are not doing that in Alberta. So, I mean, for now, I'm solid behind Danielle.
There's one thing I do want to, as we're talking about all this stuff, when we talk about what Bruce Party was saying, when we talk about all the claims of an early election, of you're not allowed to leave because you're on ceded land and all this other stuff.
I'm so tired of hearing it.
I am too. I want to bring up this really quick for anybody who wants to go and talk about it. Alberta Prosperity Project has added a new tab to their website. Under misinformation, disinformation, and wild conspiracies. You can go over to their website and find countless articles slapping down any of the misguided words that are coming out. They're showing all the smears that are coming forward, all the disinformation, all the lies that people are spreading. I don't see any of our videos on there. What gives, Alberta Prosperity Project? You guys want me to promote your stuff? How dare you? They'll have my stuff up there eventually. I know they'll get it up there eventually. I'm only joking, folks. You got to understand, when I'm on YouTube, it's a bit of a character I play, so just relax. I'm not actually mad. It's a great section if you want to head over to albertaprosperityproject.com and get the facts. You know, Keith Wilson had a really good speech when he was doing his debate over the summer, when he mentioned that when you're sitting down with your family members, when you're talking about independence, and I've sat down with a few that just say, yeah, I'm not on board with it. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. Talk to them. Ask them why. Ask them, to take the politics out of it. Why would you be against leaving if it's non-political? Why wouldn't you want to leave? Hear what they have to say. Actually listen to them. There's one thing that we don't do very well, and it's part of the reason I wanted to sit for a minute and talk to you guys on this stream. We don't listen very well. When we look at how social media works, and I'm guilty of it too, that as soon as somebody says something you don't agree with, the first thing is to say, yeah, but we're getting our independence, jerk off, and we're leaving. We have to stop that. Ask questions. Listen to people. Talk to them nicely about it.
If they start screaming and calling you a traitor and whatever, okay, you can ignore that person. But if you can sit there and somebody's like, you can't do that, this and this and that, blah, 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 and you go, okay, what about, how do you feel about this? And be armed with the information. Like I said, always read all the stuff the Alberta Prosperity Project is putting out, so you have the information to debate these people, and don't scream at them and don't yell at them. And that doesn't do anything, because it's easy to dismiss you if you're screaming and yelling and name calling. If you call them a libtard and they're just going to stop talking to you, or they're going to start going, ree. So you have to be able to ask them a question. So, okay, why do you feel that way? Okay, what about this information here? How do you think about that information? And if they start telling you, oh, well, that's just propaganda, like you can gauge whether or not that conversation will yield even a well, agree to disagree, or maybe even a positive interaction, or whether it's just going to be them, shitting on the board and flipping the board and walking away, whether or not they won or not.
So anybody, I see Ray Davis here saying what currency, what constitution, what healthcare, what banks, what army, what border guard, I'm assuming he's saying. A lot of that's being discussed with America right now. If you head over to my main YouTube page, you can see up here at the top, it's got, like, if you go to our main YouTube channel, so this is usually what shows up when you're on the YouTube channel. If you go over to posts, right here on YouTube channel, anytime, excuse me, geez, this cold will not go away. Anytime I get information that's beneficial to people with Alberta Prosperity Project, any of the graphs, I'm posting these now in the posts section of the YouTube channel. So down here, you can see the uncomfortable truths about CPP, about how we get Canada Pension Plan available in Alberta post-referendum, how it works out for everybody. Not only that, but I've also got another graph down here talking about the financial backstop. We talk about foreign influence, stability measures, U.S. national security. It shows here all the benefits of leaving. When you're talking about military, when you're talking about borders, when you're talking about everything else, if you head over to albertaprosperityproject.com, go to print resources, the value of freedom right here, big long PDF. It's a 40-something page document. You can download it for free. You can view it for free. You can print it out for free. It literally tells you all of the answers to your questions. Now, in terms of a constitution, I'm under the impression that one is being worked on right now, that these are merely suggestions. And once Alberta votes for its independence, we have to appoint somebody to put a constitution together. We have to appoint somebody that is trustworthy enough to uphold, okay, what do we do with our currency? Where do we get our currency from? What are we doing with military? How do we back those things? It's not APP, right? The UCP is out of a job. They would all have to be reelected under a new republic if they wanted to hold office.
When the Americans fought their revolution and told the Brits to get wrecked, they won the war first. Then they worked on the Constitution and the documents and how the country was going to work. So you got to get to the vote and win the vote first. Then you can start, okay, now we need to draft a constitution. We need to figure out who's going to do this, who's going to do that, how are we going to do this. But you have to be, I mean, obviously people can think about it and start kind of putting a framework together now, which is what the APP is doing. But you can't make concrete things until you're there. So we got to get there first.
Mm-hmm. It's so CB sent me a draft of the one APP has now. I don't really want to show that until, again, they finalize things. And thank you for sending it that way, CB. The reason being, those things can change at any time. I don't know if that's finalized for them. And again, they're more just suggestions, so it's really a nothing burger anyways. It's just what they would like to see post-referendum, post-independence. Now, the reason I say it's not worth showing, Jeffrey Rath has made it very well known he's not a politician. He's not interested in running Alberta post-referendum. All they want to do is get Alberta to the point of independence. Dennis Modry has said the same thing. Mitch Sylvester has said the same thing. And it's not to say that what they're working on is worthless. It's just that it's more just people saying, here's what I'd like. If you were to ask me what I'd like, I could draft a constitution as well. I could sit and say, well, I want the right to bear arms. I want the right to defend my home. I want the government to, have safeguards in place that if they're screwing around with our money, we can actually get them out of office. We have the power to overstep the government and say, out with you. We don't have to put up with this for another 3.5 years. We don't want floor crossers. We don't want backdoor deals. Those constitutions will have to get rewritten at the time of independence. I keep telling people the most important thing we have to focus on right now isn't Danielle's MLA is leaving. It isn't Nenshi threatening an election. It isn't, look what Danielle did. It's, how do we get the vote? How do we get our signatures? And let's get to election day or voting day and see where the cards fall. Then let's decide where we go from there. That's got to be our number one priority right now. Let's get the vote.
And our priority as members of this community, and I'm not just talking about the fringe community, I'm talking about all the people focused on this, is to talk to people, educate everybody. Watch our channel, watch PJ the Bell, watch Levine, watch all of them. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, have conversations, talk to strangers in the street. I know that's kind of weird, but you know what I mean? You're at the bar and you hear old people talking about something. Maybe start a conversation with them. Our job is to get people on the side of independence, educated and ready to vote. And
you want to be friendly about it too, right? Again, listen to them. If somebody says to you, you know, I'm not on board. Well, why is that? If they tell you, well, it's just because I don't agree with leaving. Yeah, but why don't you agree with leaving? And always tell them, I don't want to make this political. That's the first thing I had to say when I was talking to my mother-in-law about this. Let's take the politics out of it, because I'm not talking about NDPs. I'm not talking about UCP, because if we did vote for independence, they're all obsolete anyways. They're not part of this puzzle.
They don't exist anymore.
Right. So let's talk about the real reasons, and let's talk about what's beneficial and what's not. You know, and she says, well, I just don't see myself leaving Canada. Why not? Right? Those are the conversations. Dig it down to the final duration, the final denominator of why wouldn't you want to leave? Again, the best question that Rise of Alberta put out to ask anybody is, if Alberta were already independent and we had those billions of dollars that we send to Quebec, that we could get our oil out of the ground, that we didn't have those laws stopping oil and gas from working, and it's not just oil and gas. But if you took away the bad policies of the Canadian government that everybody wants to get rid of, all the ones that are being scrutinized by people right now, if Canada asked us under all of those things to join them right now, and Alberta were already independent, would you vote to join Canada under their current economic situation? It's a clear no. And anybody who says yes, again, ask them why. What would make you want to join with Canada right now when you look at their immigration policies, when you look at the debt that they're incurring? Again, 2025 was the worst year in spending in the government's history since COVID. And COVID was the top of the line, folks. This one came in just under because Mark Carney hasn't done anything. So again, use those figures. This is about economics. It's about what makes sense. You're going to have people that don't understand it. You're going to have people that you can explain it till you're blue in the face. You can be nice about it, and they're not going to get it. Those are lost causes. There's nothing you can do about that. But those who are willing to listen and have the conversation, and especially, it's a lot, trust me, I've had this conversation with those who get their backs up against the wall. As soon as you start saying it, the first thing you have to say is, let's take the politics out of it. Let's not talk about politics. Let's just talk about, you know, finances. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about economy. The real reasons people want to leave. Let me get a few super chats in here, and then we're going to get to what Matt's got here. It's Mike, $2 super chat. I'm going to come. Should now be, I'm going to redeem. No, don't redeem. No. Don't redeem. $5 super chat. Carol and I will see you at the BMO January 26th. Can't wait to chat with you and Matt. We're 100% for independence. Thank you so much. Badass Customs Coding. $5 super chat. Waiting for my pen to hit paper with my Jane Doe. Can't wait for that either. Again, I will let you guys know as soon as signatures start and where you can find the information to sign. Greg, $2 super chat. What is it I hear about Canada joining the EU? I haven't heard anything about that. I wouldn't know. I'll take a look into it.
They've mentioned it. Carney's mentioned it.
They've mentioned it a few times, but again, nothing big. It's just cannon fodder. It's a distraction.
Yeah.
Right. Mike Freedom Honey, $2 super chat. They constantly call me a traitor. Well, they're going to call everybody traitors. And keep in mind, I've got an article to show you guys here. Let's actually bring that up. Let's bring that up while I'm talking about this, because the National Post, seething. Here's the National Post, putting out an article. Is it treason for Alberta separatists to maneuver with foreign officials? Again, talking about APP going to the United States. Ottawa says no. First thing you have here is Alberta Prosperity Project. The National Post calls our outreach treason nonsense. It's standard practice for independence movements worldwide seeking fair negotiations and recognition. Ottawa itself says it's legal as per the article. History is full of examples where groups sent delegations abroad for support. Quebec's sovereignty movement, it goes on with all the data in Quebec, the American Revolution, the Algerian War of Independence, Kosovo, the Bangladesh Libertarians, Catalan independence. Like, all the facts are there. And this is where I've always said, why is it okay for Quebec to do it, but not for Alberta? That's what you guys got to watch here. And that's where all the distractions come in, where they're going to call you separatists, traitors. This is going to be like COVID, when everybody said, you're dirty, you're unvaxxed, you're terrible, you're a leper, get away from these people, white nationalists. It's going to be coming full force because they're furious that we're in a good position to leave. They know the numbers are on our side.
Calling
but
us
APP says
and isms is not going to stop us.
No. It says here, these are just key examples, many more, from Vietnam's Ho Chi Minh in France, US, and Eritrea's EPLF in Arab states, all pursued sovereignty through global engagement, just as APP is doing constitutionally and peacefully. So again, this is dispelling the National Post and their false information grabs for nothing more than a distraction and to get people riled up. And putting the facts out there that, hey, this is normal. Stop acting like it's a crime. Nick with a $2 super chat. You can't build without a foundation or framework. I agree. Thank you so much. And it's going to be interesting how many leave Alberta when we become independent. I have family members that have told me, oh, if Alberta goes independent, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. And I said, well, good. Enjoy, because your house will probably be worth a lot more. There's going to be a lot of people fighting to get in here. Good luck. Dennis, $5 super chat. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just Kate says, I tell people I don't want to be poor anymore. Ottawa just takes half our year's paychecks. It's insane. Eva Chipiak was asking Grok today, how much do Canadians on average pay in income tax, and what do they get back in services? It turns out not very much, and we all knew that.
Yeah.
But it's literally half their incomes, and then they still pay taxes on top when you look at fuel, GST, surcharges on everything that they do, food taxes, all these other little hidden taxes and fees. Almost 70% of what you make goes to the government, and all they do is waste it. Like,
and if you want to know what kind of service you're getting, just go to any hospital right now or drive down any road, because it's trash.
It's unbelievable. You've got guys like Nenshi now calling out for an election, saying that they're so great with everything, that they know everything's workable in this country. Take a look at this. Did you guys see this water main break in Calgary? This is why we left. They shut down. Keep in mind that in 2024, Jody Gondek shut down people's water for the entire summer. Couldn't water your lawns, couldn't put kids in the sprinkler, couldn't go in your pool, couldn't do anything. Because, well, Naheed Nenshi, the guy who wants to run Alberta, by the way, he put off and shoved the inspection under the table and said, we don't need to do it on this particular water main. Said ixnay and nix the inspection. Green Line LRT is more important. Vanity projects are more important. The flags we wave, the rainbow flags, the drag story hours, all that stuff's more important. The virtue signaling. Look at this water main. Look at this water main in Calgary. This is insanity. Absolute insanity.
And it's the second one in like a year to burst.
Second one in a year. Now, and it's worse than that. I got to go through my bookmarks here because I've got it. I'm sorry, folks. I accidentally cut it off on another tab. Look at this. This is people stuck on the roof of their car.
Yep, I saw that one.
While
getting rescued in a dinghy.
In a kayak to go out and get these folks off the roof of their car. This is what virtue signaling. This is go woke, go broke. This is what that gets you. Not only that, take a look here. Let's go back. Let's go back for a sec. There was another one here. This is all. Look at this person's car. Or no, this is the water. This is the main water main. Hold on. There was one where it was literally flooding up into somebody's car. There's a sideways truck on the road. Like water just coming in from everywhere. Here we go. Here it is here. Look at this. This is in somebody's vehicle as they're driving down the road in Calgary. Like, again, this is why Mrs. Fringe and I left. The city is so poorly managed, and your taxes go up every year. Like clockwork. Look at this. Right on the windshield like this, all coming in. Like, what do you do? What the hell do people do? This is the poorly managed city of Calgary under WEF policies. Like, say goodbye to your truck. Unbelievable. Like, this isn't just like a little bit of a leak like this is down the street. It's causing a national emergency. And this isn't going to get fixed overnight, folks. This is a main feeder line to Calgary. And Naheed Nenshi, the guy who wants to run Alberta, the guy who says that he's in charge of this province or could run this province better than Danielle Smith. Keep in mind, Danielle had to bring police into Calgary because woke failed Jody Gondek said that they were going to defund the police and crime ran rampant in the city. Like, Danielle Smith has done a better job with the police in Calgary than the mayor has done. And now this is happening after woke projects. Have you guys seen the art projects in Calgary? Let me see if I can pull that up really quick. The Calgary Blue Ring. Have you guys ever seen this blue ring in Calgary?
I remember when I came to visit you in Calgary before you moved. We saw the blue ring.
This thing, I've always said, it's right by the airport. It's a lamppost. It's a light. Let me open it for you in a new tab so you guys can see it straight up. Here we go. This cost the city $400,000.
Naheed Nenshi metal ring with a light on it.
Yep, it was meant to be. If you look at it from this side of the, if you look at it from this side of the light, it's supposed to be like a picture frame of downtown. A picture frame of downtown.
But there's no sidewalks there. People are driving. You don't have time to stop and look through the damn picture.
No, you don't. No. And what's funny is I remember telling people, so I knew somebody who was on the project of installing that in Calgary. And I didn't know they were on the project. We met with my wife's friend and her fiance was on the project, and I was meeting him for the first time. And we were talking about this light as it was being put in. And she asked us what we thought about Nenshi spending $400,000 on that stupid vanity project. And I said, you know what they should do with that, since it's right next to the airport? Put a big giant latex condom on it and make it a windsock for the airport. It'll be perfect. It'll be absolutely perfect. And then I asked the fiance, so what do you do for a living? And he's like, I'm working on that blue light. So, as Donald Trump says, I don't think he liked me very much. Nope, he didn't like me very much. The only thing I wanted to say to him was pretty simple.
Go ahead and call your dads, tell them about your alternative lifestyle as a gay communist, and then who knows, maybe eat a lollipop. I don't know what flamers do with their time, but I'd imagine it's something along those lines.
Yeah, go get a lollipop. Go get a lollipop and feel better. It's unbelievable. Unfriggin' believable. Carnage Carney. Thank you, Steve. $10 super chat. I have a few stickers on my truck plus an Alberta flag. A friend sent me a picture of my truck on a TikTok site listed as treason truck. Oh my gosh. Yeah, get ready for the slings and arrows. The slings and arrows of Karens.
It's only treason if we lose. You can call us whatever you want.
Yep. Greg with a $14 super chat. Happy New Year, everybody. LFG Alberta. Thank you so much. Kenneth, $5 super chat. USA, our Second Amendment is to protect the people from the government. That's what we need in Alberta. That's what we need in Alberta. You know what's funny? The big shiny balls in Edmonton. When we first moved to the city, when we moved to Spruce Grove, we drove past the big shiny balls. Matt, if you haven't seen them, here, I'll show you, because we've got the biggest balls of them all.
We've got the biggest balls of them all. Oh, we need copyright if I hum the tune.
Oh, maybe. So they put in this silly thing off of, I don't know what, is it White Mud? Is it on White Mud? I don't know if it's on White Mud. Whatever road it's on in Edmonton. I'm still learning the roads, folks. So please don't get mad. No open image. I want to open the image. So these balls This is an art project in Edmonton. Again, wasted money, really silly. Looks a little strange, I'm not going to lie. But when we first...
Sack of spider eggs or something.
Yeah, when we first moved to Edmonton, I said, hey, look, kids. I always say when we moved to Edmonton, we were driving through Edmonton to get to Spruce. When we drove through, I said, look, kids, they got giant balls in Edmonton. First thing the wife says, yeah, but the premiers are bigger. and we made sure to tell Danielle when we met up with her, that's what the wife thinks. And yeah, it's white mud. Yeah, it's on the white mud. It's so stupid what they spend the taxpayers' money on. Marriott with a $7 super chat. Thank you so much. I'm not born in Canada, but I live in Calgary the last 25 years. Republic of Alberta is the only way out of this unhealthy relationship. Couldn't agree more. Thank you so much. Night Snow Sky with a $3 super chat. Canada falls in 2026. No more Confederation. John Bolton said it best, and it's the title of this stream. Canada's demise is Alberta's rise. We're going to the top, folks. And let me tell you something. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you straight up. If we get 1 million signatures on that petition for a referendum, it's over. Like, Ottawa's going to seethe, and they're going to send in every op that they've got to try and shut down independence. They're going to get real nasty.
I got
Bradley with
$2
$2
for Ottawa.
Fox Drive in Edmonton. I'm not sure what that means, but thank you for the $2 super chat. I know you got 2 words for Ottawa. We're not going to say it. We've already crossed the line with a few things. Hey, look at this. I meant to show this too. This was the water main break in Calgary. Look at the road. Look at the road.
Oh, yeah.
This is Nenshi telling the city, hey, no need to do an inspection. No need to do that inspection that's mandatory, guys. Let's just put in a giant blue ring and spend a bunch of money looking into getting the Olympics that we're never going to sign up for. Isn't that unbelievable? Like, my heart goes out to Calgary. And I hate it because Calgary is such a beautiful, beautiful city.
It used to
and
be.
It's been absolutely destroyed by communists.
Go ahead and call your dads, tell them about your alternative lifestyle as a gay communist. And then, who knows, maybe eat a lollipop. I don't know what flamers do with their time, but I'd imagine it's something along those lines.
Well, Naheed Nenshi could tell you for sure. Unbelievable.
Stick the lollipop in his blue ring.
In his blue ring?
Yeah.
Yep, that's where I'd tell him to stick it.
Speaking of
what do you got, Matt?
Of Canada, where's my mouse? So we talk about it all the time about, like, why are we so broke? Canada is first in uranium, first in potash, second in nickel, third in oil, fifth in gold, and first in the world in fresh water. And believe me, people, in the next 50 years, being first in fresh water is going to be a really big deal. Countries start wars for less than this, but somehow we're told we're too poor to cut taxes, too broke to build homes, too weak to compete, too small to matter. And it's not that we don't have these things. It's that we aren't allowed to use them. The Liberals have canceled every resource project for the last 10 years. We can't mine or they sell the mining rights to China. Like, there's a mine in Manitoba where they're selling the mineral rights to China. So China can come to Canada, mine minerals, and take them back to China or whatever else they're going to do with them. But we as Canadians can't mine our own minerals and sell them. Or our own oil,
we're not,
forests, lumber, you name it. We have everything we need here. We should be like an economic powerhouse on the level of the United States, but we can't build or do anything.
And it's all communists. It's all communists. Take a look here. I'll bring it back up. Moose on the Loose with his chart. Good old Moose. Shout out to David. He does great work. He's doing God's work over on his channel. Here's Wealth Moose talking about it here. Moose on the Loose dug into Mark Carney's portfolio. 583 total holdings, 3 Canadian positions at 0.5%, 530 U.S. positions at 91%. So while Canadians are told that a 35% tariff will protect jobs, 91% of Carney's own money is sitting comfortably in the United States market. That's not a conflict of interest. That's an operating model.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the Dominion of Brookfield. Like, we have all of these assets Even Pierre sat down on that amazing interview he did, talking about how all of these assets should be used to their full potential. He even said the MOU is a good deal if you take out the stupid industrial carbon tax. That as long as they follow through
and all that crap.
Yeah, they gotta, like, meanwhile, you're not allowed to get your own minerals, but just like we showed earlier, from 2015 to 2025, financial data made individual lines for all payments for a year purpose ministry recipient, then merged them into one file and merged them into single sums. Brookfield companies received $900 million in the last 10 years.
Well, think about it like this, because
look at all this.
Remember, we were talking about it, and the internet yelled so loud about it that they went back on it, but they were going to start putting cloned meat into the Canadian food supply without labeling it as cloned meat. And who, a few years ago, bought the number 3 cloned meat facility in the world? Brookfield.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, right, it was Brookfield.
And those carbon capture facilities that they want to start building across Canada, who has the contract to build those? Oh, is it Brookfield? So imagine being in a position where you're the leader of a country and you are mandating a policy. Each province needs to build a carbon capture facility. I own the company that's going to build these carbon capture facilities, and I'm going to mandate that you have to build them. Like,
it's the same as the government.
They're not even trying to hide it. Like, it's all there, all out in the open.
Yeah, it's the same as the government saying we're going to investigate ourselves to find we've done nothing wrong.
Pretty much. And like, even if Carney gets obliterated in the next election and he just, goes back to wherever he came from, that's not a win. He came in, he did what he needed to do, set up his company to make millions and billions, and then he just gets to go back to his job. Nobody's ever going to suffer any consequences for any of this, because none of them ever do.
Nope. And saying silver balls are on White Mud and Fox Drive. So that was Fox Drive. Thank you so much. Major Flip, $20 super chat. Make sure to include our Bill of Rights in your Constitution. They are unalienable rights bestowed by God. Absolutely. Thank you so much for
individual rights and property rights are the basis for everything.
Let's take a look at this video, because while we talk about what Brookfield's doing and with all of their investments, this was the video that cost this channel its silver play button. This video, I played on the channel, so I'll probably get another flag after this. I was labeled for misinformation. And all I said was, Mark Carney said that policies push profits. Take a listen to this interview before he was prime minister.
Can't play the audio.
Are people unable to hear the audio?
I don't hear anything.
There's no audio? Okay, let's try it again. We'll do it live.
Super quiet. Like, I could hear it, but it was like super quiet.
Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it live. Let's start. We'll take it from the top. We'll do it live.
If
there we go.
Funding, which is now increasingly available, or capital, which is now increasingly available, is the second step, and policy is the first.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you may be seeing a path back to the public sector?
Well, I do spend some time advising on what, again, pro bono, but advising on the types of policies that are going to have maximum impacts for investors. So I'll give you an example, which is one of the issues. It's not the biggest issue. It's like 2% of global emissions. You wouldn't know it from the headlines, but 2% of global emissions is for air travel, emissions from air travel.
He means just his.
So the question is, are we going to have green, sustainable aviation fuel? What's happened in the UK, the EU, is they've said to major airlines, look, if you're flying in and out of Heathrow or wherever, you have to have 10% of your load has to be sustainable aviation fuel by, I think it's 2030. Consequence of that policy has been to convert some entrepreneurs in Texas, in this case, a company called Infineon, to become economic. Because all of a sudden American Airlines, British Airways need to buy that fuel. They'll pay a green premium. You've got an offtake, that's high credit quality. And so in that case, we Brookfield put $1 billion to work there. And, it's a fantastic opportunity.
It's a fantastic opportunity. So his policies, which he is advising, pro bono, of course. And this is where I was told misinformation. This channel didn't get its silver play button because of that. That was what stopped Unacceptable Fringe from gaining its silver play button, was putting on that video and saying Mark Carney claims policy pushes profits. Can anybody tell me what part of that is misinformation? Can anybody tell me that? When we look at this, when we look at Brookfield, when we look at these goddamn things here, pardon my blasphemy, when you look at $894 million over 10 years, when you look at this long list of Brookfield, can somebody tell me where I'm spreading misinformation?
It's
hey,
just
Team
information
YouTube.
they don't like.
Unbelievable. It's unfrickin' believable. And yes, it does make me mad because this channel's worked its ass off to get to where we are. And I'm told you can't get the rewards from your hard work because you dared talk about Mark Carney before a federal election. Give me a break.
Yeah. Well, it's not a unique thing. So this is regards to the Minnesota situation. Here's the premiers of Canada, the UK, and ours, unfortunately, all saying the same thing.
We've seen a devastating rise in Islamophobia.
We must stamp out the hate, fear, and prejudice that
This was all this
drives
week, by the way.
Islamophobia and division in our society.
Because of the hatred fueled by ignorance that is still a lived reality for far too many Muslim Canadians.
The surge in Islamophobia is simply appalling.
The targeting of Australians based on their religious beliefs is not only an attack on them, but it's an attack on our core values.
The values of community, of generosity, and yes, of sacrifice.
Leaving people feeling fearful and unsafe in their own country.
Australians should be able to feel safe and at home in any community.
Our Canada is a diverse country. We can pray differently. We can gather in different places of worship, but all of us come together. All of us must come together around the values of Eid.
I'd like to thank
Really?
organizations and mosques who work tirelessly to raise awareness.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't listen to this anymore.
So pause that for a second. So, okay, good. So what's funny is Mark Carney says we all pray differently and we can all come together. Unless, of course, you're Christian, by the way, which they want to make Bible verses hate speech, right? Muslim values are Canadian values.
But I think it's interesting how the three leaders of the three most, we'll call them woke globalist countries in the world right now, they're all saying the same thing at the same time, almost like they're all reading from the same script. Their words are a little different, their accents are a little different, but it's the same message. We are all Muslim.
Yep. Carnage Carney, $10 super chat. There's a reason why hardware stores are having trouble keeping their shovels in stock in Alberta. Yeah, time to load up on your shovels, folks. Protect yourself. Randy Ross, $5 super chat. Alberta needs to form a constitution commission with the best constitutional experts in the Anglo-American world now and close that what if question. I agree with that. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Somebody had said here, I saw it where somebody said, did the silver play button matter that much? To me, it does. 1% of YouTube channels get that accolade. And it's just kind of nice to say, hey, I got what everybody else gets that gets to this level. But look, I'm not sour or saying like, oh, that was the whole reason I got into YouTube. It just really sucks when your bread and butter tells you you're not allowed to have this because you talked about politics, because you showed something that we didn't want people hearing. That's the part of it that sucks. If I legitimately lost the silver play button, hey, I'm okay with it. And listen, we replaced the silver play button with a phony. My kids were excited for it, so we did it for them. But it's still it's a kick in the nuts. So yeah, it kind of sucks. Imagine if you worked for a company for a long time, you did late nights, you burn the midnight oil, you sacrifice everything for them. Not that I sacrificed everything on YouTube, but you do all this hard work, and then when it comes for a promotion, they promote the other guy and say, "Yeah, you're just a little too edgy for us. So thanks for all your hard work, though." Keep bringing in those super chats and memberships and everything else that makes us rich.
Take 30% of.
Yeah, that they take 30% of.
We like your 30%, but we're not giving you your play button.
Yep. Keep making us money, by the way. And we'll keep censoring your videos. Go ahead.
people keep asking, and like, what do we think? What should we do for a new flag? And Yukon Strong, which, by the way, Yukon is also going to probably instantly join Alberta and Saskatchewan if they leave, posted this. And so 1 star for each province and territory. Polaris to represent the true North, strong and free. Ursa Minor for United Republic under the northern sky. Flat Plains, meeting the Rockies. The white stripe to represent snow. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's obviously not like real or anything, but as a beginning to work off of, I think that flag's pretty cool.
So America has an eagle and stars and stripes. This is okay. This is a start. I want like a grizzly bear or something really manly on this flag, like a rabid grizzly bear holding a shotgun with a cowboy hat, and Jeff Rath standing next to the Fringe, and
on a flag,
the most Albertan man in the world. Yes, I don't know.
That seems a little.
I think a grizzly bear, a grizzly bear with a cowboy hat and a rifle. That would be good. This
isn't for Alberta alone. This is for the new Western Republic that includes Saskatchewan, Alberta, Yukon. So,
Alberta first.
Yeah,
let's do Alberta first.
But I'm just saying.
Put a Wolverine on it. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
I like this flag. I like that it has the prairies meeting the Rockies, and then the North Star and the Little Dipper or whatever. So I don't know. I thought it was cool.
It's cool. It's neat. It could be better. It could be better. Let's see. You know what?
Cobra chicken.
Here, let me ask Grok. Make me a new flag for Alberta that is obnoxiously
Albertan,
patriotic.
Oh, okay.
And has a grizzly bear wearing a cowboy hat, holding a shotgun. Let's see what Grok comes up with. I bet you I can make a better flag in 10 seconds. Here we go. Let's see. That's not well, this one it's got the America flag in the background. Well, let's just say they put like the Alberta flag behind it.
They're not gonna like
that. They're not gonna like that. But something along these lines I think would look okay. I think we'd be okay with this. This could be the new flag of Alberta. In fact, let's tell Grok to work a little bit harder there. Let's regenerate that. Let's try it again. We'll do it live. Let's try it again.
Interesting.
Hang on.
This is what AI is for.
I said, make it look more like a flag for a country. I don't just want a picture of a bear with a shotgun. Now it's just AI. Okay, well, grizzly bear with a shotgun. I think. Did you guys ever see Cocaine Bear? I think that's what we need on there is Cocaine Bear. We need a moose for Alberta.
Yeah.
Somebody thinks we need a moose.
I don't know. Either way, I thought that flag was cool as a start.
It is pretty cool. Let's get to the old. Q&A. It's question time. Questions oral. Let's get to good old question time. How many likes are we at? Can somebody tell me where the likes are at? Are we giving away hoodies? Are we doing hoodies tonight? I want to see where the likes are at.
Did you see that article about the RCMP pulling over a guy riding a bear while drinking maple whiskey?
Yes. We're at 607 likes. Really, guys? That's it? 607?
There's probably not as many people in here as normal. It's New Year's Eve.
It's Tony Shaw, 607 likes. Tony, what do we want to do for hoodies tonight? You tell me, and we'll get it done. Tony Shaw, 789 likes for his and her hoodies. There you go. Randy Ross, $2 super chat. Alberta's animal should be the buffalo. That's a good one too.
That's already Manitoba's.
Do you think Dave will allow it? I mean, he's originally from Alberta, I think. So, and it's not up to David. He left. It's not up to David. I love David, but no. It's Mike. I sent an email about hoodies. I'll check my emails, I guess.
It's a good thing I'm not in charge of emails. I check my email like once a month.
You're right. What about in Alberta is about? How about what Alberta is about is gas and oil? Well, we want more than just that. I just want a really cool flag that when people look at it, they're like, "Oh my god!" Right? Like America. Like when you look at an American flag, it's like, "Hell yeah, I want to hang that outside my house." Canadian flag, almost there. Almost. And don't think I'm unpatriotic. I'm just saying the American flag looks leaps and bounds better than the Canadian flag. I think we can all agree on that. When you put it on a shirt or a hat or anything else, it looks awesome.
You know, like the African nations in the Middle East, they got like guns and swords on their flags.
There. A moose huffing gasoline. There you go. The hoser moose. Oh, now we're getting silly.
Do we have any actual questions?
Do we have any questions for question time? Let's get it. Bradley, $2 super chat. You guys need the guys riding the buffalo on the flag. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Do we have any questions in here for New Year's Eve?
Carney getting rear-ended by a moose.
I'm waiting for questions. Are you really active on X, Matt? If so, what is your X channel?
I'm not really active. I just mostly use it to look at stuff. I repost stuff. I don't really post anything of my own. You can find it under my real name. I'm going to dox myself for you guys. I don't give a crap. Come find me.
Carnage Carney, my roommate is an artist. I had him design a Do Not Tread on Me flag with an Alberta theme. It's effing awesome. That's awesome. Oh my God, that's awesome. Thank you for the $10 super chat. David Brewer, $5 super chat. You both should be drinking shots of whiskey. It's New Year's Eve. Yeah, I got to do stuff with my kids after this stream. You can find Matt here on Twitter. There's the docs.
Yeah, I doxed myself. You guys all know my real name now.
You can go find him. At the Fringe, what will be Alberta's new capital city? Spruce Grove.
Derek's house is the new legislature.
I shall sit all day outside on a throne made of old Alberta flags. And I will sit on that throne and people can come kiss the ring and tell me how much they love the new Republic of Alberta. And I'll pat you on the head and send you on your way.
And
That
give
will
you a
be...
lollipop.
Are you? Why is it not showing? How many wobbly pops has Tiff had? First off, I don't use that word. That's some other fags channel on YouTube. Tiffany hasn't had anything. It's oh, I hate that word. Every time I hear that word.
If there's a Veldkamp in Manitoba, Phoebe, I am probably related to them. Ask Cold Dead Hands. He knows the extended relations better than I do.
Unacceptable Fringe. Did you ever ship my hoodies out? Yes. You should have got a email with a tracking number. Unless you won last Friday, in which case not yet. They haven't. There's been a delay on those. Email me. Anybody with these things. Anybody who's got questions on these things, email me. You've got my email address from when you won. Just send me an email. I always get people yelling at me about hoodies on stream and stuff. Yes, they get ordered.
I don't know. Some giant truck full of Amazon packages just crashed. I guess no, you don't ship it through Amazon, but that was pretty funny. I give you one guess to the nationality of the driver, but you won't need it.
Do you think that it's okay that the ethics commissioner sounds like he just got off the boat from Germany and can barely understand or speak English? No, I think the ethics commissioner should be from Canada.
I think anybody who sits above, like maybe local politician, needs to be born in Canada.
If we have a referendum vote by October, how long before we can put up the new country's walls? Listen, we will need to build a wall. Okay, we'll build a big, beautiful wall around Alberta. Okay, and the only person who can do that is me. Okay, it's gonna have a big, beautiful door. And in order to come into Alberta, you're going to have to come in legally, okay? No, I don't know. It's going to be a while. Like, even if Alberta votes for independence, that's what people think, is that we have the independence vote and then next day just bang, all of a sudden we're a republic.
6 years.
Everything's, yeah. Once it gets done, just follow what happened in Brexit.
Yeah,
it takes a little bit, but once it's done, we know we're going and we don't have to worry about anything anymore.
I think it was something like 2 years before they were officially out of the EU. Like, it takes a while.
How can we help Matt get Matt to move to Alberta? Convince his ex to move with his daughter. That's what has to happen.
My daughter is 10 right now, and she goes to school here, and I split time between me and her mom, so I can't leave here because of my daughter. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, I would have been in Alberta years ago.
It's the best reason to stay. OAO said, what's the exact number of subscribers you have on YouTube right now? It's 149,812. So we're shy of about 118 subscribers to hit 150,000. That really sucks because YouTube keeps pulling them back, and it's always by exactly 100. It's always 100.
Should have been over that 10 times already.
Yeah. Every time we get close, they pull them back. Did you watch the Alberta Update interview with Danielle Smith? I did, and I also watched a really cringe one with CBC where they went all about the teacher strike. They went after Danielle so hard about all these things. Oh, the teachers did this, the teachers did that. And Danielle actually fact-checked and said, no, actually, we offered a lot more to the teachers behind the scenes, and it was the union that shut them down.
CBC.
So while they're trying to make the teachers look great. Oh, yeah, it was CBC Alberta. CBC Alberta did the interview. Will we still have the old age security when we get independence, says Gerald? Yes, Gerald. Again, as I said earlier in the stream, there's a whole graphic on that on the posts tab on the YouTube channel. Go over to the YouTube channel, hit posts. You'll find it there.
If you retire,
I either posted it yesterday or 2 days ago.
If you retire and move to Costa Rica, do you still get your old age security? Being in another country does not prevent you from getting your CPP. Ask Carson. He's probably getting his right now in Puerto Vallarta.
See, Mike, I just said this about the other one. Before the end of the stream, check your email. It's for a giveaway hoodie. I can't. I can't delay the stream to go check emails, guys. Please don't take it to offense or be upset. We can't keep derailing the stream to talk about hoodies. I love doing giveaways. I'm happy to do giveaways. Matt, is there anything you want to talk about? I'll go check emails. No, because if I don't do it, then I get other people emailing me going, "Yeah, we just asked you to do one thing. Why won't you check?"
Well, there's a couple minutes left. I'll have some questions if we got. Oh, Derek, what are your New Year's resolutions?
No, Mike, you can't. I don't have e-transfer set up. Here's the thing. Buy me a coffee if you want to do that thing. I can't do e-transfers. We don't. Ever since our accounts were compromised, I've shut down e-transfers because guys from India are constantly trying to get into our accounts.
They want you to redeem.
They want me to redeem. If you ever want to go into Buy Me a Coffee and do those things, if you want to do giveaways, here's the thing. By the time a hoodie is done, it costs me roughly $80 to $100 with the shipping to send somebody a hoodie. The prices have gone up. Again, they'll blame tariffs. They'll blame whatever they want. So it's roughly about $80 to send a hoodie. So if you want to do that, send it to Buy Me a Coffee. I'll give it away, and then just drop in the chat that you've sent it to Buy Me a Coffee, and I'll happily give away a hoodie. I will. If you really want to contribute to the channel like that, I'm happy to do those things. I appreciate that. And if I don't get it during that stream, just put in Buy Me a Coffee. This is for a giveaway. I'll do it on the next stream. Okay. We'll just make that the rule. Mike, if you could put that in, anytime you see people talking about that, just tell them Buy Me a Coffee. And if I miss it, we'll do it in the next stream. That's the rules we'll work on from now on. I was trying to give you money, not you give me free hoodies worth more than what I gave you. Okay. I appreciate it. We can't. Somebody give me a question for Q&A. Somebody throw me an actual question for Q&A.
Problems for the hoodies, not just simply other
There's
stuff.
so many aspects to this. First off, it's got to run through the corporation. I have to run things through my accountant. I've got to do all these different things. It's just run it through Buy Me a Coffee. and we'll take care.
I saw a question there, and it's if Carney tries to stop the Alberta Independence, will Trump have a say in that? And I think that's what Alberta Prosperity Project is doing in the States, just securing, because it's happened before in other places where a country declares independence and then the government's like, well, no, screw you people, we're not doing it. And then foreign entities that have the political and military wherewithal to say, no, your people voted, you got to do what they say, step in. That's the whole reason why they want to be recognized as a state. And that's the whole reason why all our countries recognizing Palestine as a state is a big problem for America and for Israel and other countries, because it means that we recognize them officially as their own entity, which they are not.
Yeah, essentially what would happen is that, look, APP's already put it out with the Trump administration so that if anybody came down and said, hey, Alberta had 60%, we'll say, to leave on independence, Carney's refusing it, Trump would essentially step in and say, well, we're recognizing them as an independent state. And at that point, Carney would have to decide, do we want to go to war with America? It really wouldn't be worth it at that point. I really don't see us having an issue leaving. It ties into this next question. What about the Alberta government having the power to refuse the vote after it's done if they want? It's in the law, I guess. It is, and we talked about that earlier in the stream. If you missed it, that's okay. I'll go over it again. It's kind of like, yes, it's part of the law, but look at what's going on with the recall legislation right now. Okay, people are abusing the recall legislation. They're trying to recall a bunch of UCP MLAs just because they don't like who's in power. They haven't actually done anything to deserve the recalls. It's just a power grab. So I'm guessing what they've done with Bill 14 is have those things in there so that if somebody starts putting through silly little referendums like, hey, should we join Canada again? Hey, should we do this, that, and the other thing? The government has the right to say no, right? If we left Canada, all that would be moot anyway, so not joining Canada. But I'm saying if they were to put in something that they would have to be abiding by, it gives them the right to say, yeah, you got your signatures. Yeah, we had a successful referendum, but we're not going to move forward with that. It's asinine. Again, Mickey Amory as well as Bruce Party were on Jason Levine. And all Mickey Amory said is, well, theoretically, we could say no. But here's the thing. Keith Wilson said it so many times. Politicians go where the votes go. They're going where the people are going because they want to keep their jobs. They kind of enjoy not starving to death. So if 60% of Albertans say that they want to leave, the UCP is going to take their new marching orders and run with it, because whether or not we succeed with even negotiating at that point, they still have their jobs because they followed through with what Albertans wanted, what they voted for. So they're not going to shut it down. They also wouldn't have put Bill 14 in place to allow us to hold the referendum question, to get our signatures, to do all the legwork just to say, oh, good job, guys. Big pat on the back. Here's your participation ribbon, but we're not going to recognize it. It's done. Keep in mind, that could be another reason APP wants President Trump and the administration to recognize an independent state. If Danielle Smith somehow decided, hey, I don't like working for a living, and said, I'm not going to verify this referendum, well, APP could essentially go to the Trump administration and say, could you please recognize us as an independent state? Because 60% of the people voted in favor of it. So there's a number of things that could happen.
Other countries would also follow suit once the United States says, okay, we recognize Alberta as an independent state. Other countries would also, yes, we recognize Alberta. Yes, we recognize Alberta. And it just gives you a stronger bargaining position.
So somebody's asking here, why don't you qualify for fair use media? So you do to a certain extent, but the problem is with YouTube, it's such a gray area when it comes to fair use. Usually it's 10 seconds of something or 30 seconds of news clips. The problem is it gets abused, right? Anytime I've shown CBC, even if I show them for 8 seconds, they still fall a copyright claim. And of course, YouTube sides with them because they're a massive conglomerate. There really is no strict definition on the platform for what is counted as fair use or how much you can play of something to be criticizing.
And it's all done with AI now. So it's done instantly without human interaction. And yeah, you might be able to fight it and get them to go, okay, sorry, we made a mistake, and turn it back on. But then your video's already screwed. It's been a week or a month or however long, and it's already 10 more videos have come out.
Okay. Another hoodie question. How do I contact you regarding my sweater? Last time it was thrown on my step. This time It said delivery was yesterday. Still haven't received it. It was a 10-day window. Never got a call, etc. Okay, so Cindy, I should have sent you a screenshot with an order number. You have to take that order number to spreadshirt.com's customer service. They'll replace it for you and they will handle it. Once I order it, it's out of my hands because it's a print to order supplier. So you have to take the order number in the email to spreadshirt.com, hit the contact us button, explain to them what happened. With that order number, they'll just send you a replacement. I hope that clears that up. What else do we have here? I've got, speaking of deliveries, what really ground my gears this week? So my old man got me this, a Rogue Ally, an ROG Ally Xbox, for Christmas. He ordered it on Best Buy.
I don't know what that is.
FedEx, a Rogue Ally. It's ROG Ally X or whatever. It's a handheld PC. Kind of like
right. I saw you post a picture of that.
It's like a Steam Deck. So he sends me this thing because he knew that I wanted something when we go to Disney with the kids to play on the plane. And he knew I was looking at it for a while. So he sends me this thing. They don't have it in store at Best Buy, so he has it shipped to our house. FedEx handles the shipment. The guy comes to the door, has me sign for it, and hands me the box. The whole side of the box has been cut open when I get the package. And I go, hey, what the hell's going on here? And I said to the guy, excuse me. And he starts walking away as I'm calling him because, he's from, Rwanda or wherever the hell he came from. Do not redeem. And he goes back to his truck. And I opened the box. So this thing's supposed to come with like a plastic cellophane around it. That's been taken off. But luckily, there's the black sticker tags around the box that are still intact. So the system wasn't touched or anything anything was done to it. But they actually opened the box to see if there was anything valuable in there and tried to figure out a way to steal it while still giving me the box and the contents without making it look like it had been opened. It was unbelievable. So I called Best Buy, we called FedEx, and I said, look, somebody there's pulling a scam. I've seen this. Do you ever watch those videos on YouTube where the guys buy the Amazon return pallets and stuff?
Yeah, I watch John Malecki all the time.
Yeah, so usually what happens in there is they'll say this is an electronics pallet and it contains Xboxes or PlayStation 5s or whatever. I was watching one channel where the guy says the truck drivers will pull over, open up the pallets, and like take out the systems and put like a cinder block or something inside of them. Yeah. And then put them back in and stuff. So obviously that's the same thing that tried to happen here. Somebody tried to snake my Rogue Ally. I was so mad. And I called Best Buy and they said, well, if you want a brand new one, because I said to them, how do I know that this is brand new now if the plastic's been taken off of it? Essentially, it could be an open box model. And they said, well, you could bring it back to us and we'll ship you a brand new one. It's like, well, why would I go through all that hassle to just tell your FedEx drivers not to burst their hands into the box looking for my product? Unbelievable.
Tell them they may not redeem.
Do not redeem. Hang on a second here. I got to get back to some honorable mentions. Major Flip, $2 super chat. What's your New Year's resolution? I don't really do resolutions. I mean, I want to make the channel better in the new year. I want to get things moving along. I don't know if you guys have noticed. If you go back and watch videos from a little bit ago, the old face is getting a little thinner. I've been doing spin 7 days a week and kettle weights because I want to get into shape before I go to Disney with the kids. I don't want to be that guy who gets on the plane that needs extenders and things like that. So I don't want to say that's a resolution because people always say those are resolutions and they give up on them. But I want to make the channel better and hopefully get into shape and look a little bit better on camera for you guys in the new year. Paniner, $2 super chat. Happy New Year's, everybody. LFG, Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you so much. Bradley Wilcox, we should get a credit reset when we separate. I'm not sure how that would work. Or again, those are really complex entities that go into that. I don't know how that would work, but it'd be nice. I mean, personally speaking, I know my credit rating's okay. I don't know if I'd need a reset, but White LTR, $10 super chat. I heard APP. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll put it to you this way. If you live in Alberta and you owe the CRA money, just wait.
Yeah, just wait. Don't give it to them. It's funny. The CRA tried to come after me for the little bit of coof money that we took when the wife was in between jobs, and they shut down the side business I had. And they told me that it was maybe a hobby, so they weren't going to let me keep that money. I asked them flat out, so you're just going to take this off of my tax returns then? And they said, well, actually, we can't, because it's a separate entity or something, or it wasn't written into the same laws, so we actually can't garnish your wages or take. And I said, so what happens if I don't pay you? They said, well, it just kind of sits here. I said, oh, okay. And they said, so if you ever get any carbon tax rebates or anything like that, we do take it off of that, but we're not allowed to withhold your tax returns or anything. And I said, so you're essentially telling me nothing will report negative on my credit. You can't garnish my wages, and there's no way of you really collecting this money from me. And they go, yes. And I'm like, so it's voluntary. And they said, well, no, it's not necessarily voluntary. I'm like, well, I'll call it voluntary, just like you said my business was a hobby. How's that sound? Good luck getting your money. And I never gave them a dime. Never gave them a dime. I heard APP was writing an interim constitution to be adopted after a successful referendum. Do you know how this would be implemented? So CB Fixes All sent me a first draft of their constitution. It doesn't really matter what they write as a constitution. They're not in charge of implementing it. Whoever's in charge of the new Republic of Alberta, essentially APP could give it to them and say, these are our recommendations, I guess. But whoever's in charge is going to be essentially at the driver's wheel to decide what we write as a constitution. At least that's my understanding of it. I really don't know. Again, we're in uncharted territory because no province has actually left Confederation. So your guess is as good as mine. How dare you? $5 super chat. Derek family mods in chat. I'm almost 70 and living with MS. I'm sorry to hear that. It's almost bedtime for this old gal. Happy New Year to you all. Let's go. Happy New Year to you as well. How dare you? Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Glory with the $20 super chat. Happy New Year's to the future premier. Hopefully. I'm not going to be a premier. Thank you so much. It's Mike, $2 super chat. Coffee acquired. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay, so did Mike... Oh boy, I don't have time to check emails. Alberta Prosperity Project's in the chat. We are not the founding fathers. We made a document of proposed policies. A new government would be wise to implement them. There you go. Alberta Prosperity Project, putting it out for you guys right there. Glad to see them in the chat.
It's a strongly worded and well-researched suggestion paper that they would wise to listen to.
I'm going to have to tell you guys when we're going live with Alberta topics in the future, you guys should be in the chat so that we can get some of these questions answered. I really never want to misrepresent Alberta Prosperity Project by answering on their behalf. So thank you for clearing that up. We should probably, you guys, while Alberta Prosperity Project's in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to see a Q&A with Jeff Rath, Mitch Sylvester, or Dr. Modry, or all three of them. I think that would be a good session to sit down.
There you go.
Just so that anybody who has their questions, essentially we can get those answered for you guys. And we can field what you guys want to ask. If you're unable to make it to town halls, look at all those ones. I think people want that. Alberta Prosperity Project, let's talk about the future. Is because once the signatures are starting, and once we start collecting those signatures, a lot of people have questions. This is the best way to do it. Let's make that happen. Look at all those ones. It's just blowing up the chat. Absolutely great. There it is. We'll get that for you. There you go. Look, they're fantastic, aren't they? They're just amazing. You guys are amazing. Matt, do you see another Q&A? Do you want to check the chat there while I just check an email really quick?
They were both asking us about our New Year's resolutions. Derek said his, I don't really do resolutions. The gym and eating is kind of a thing that I kind of do all the time, but I kind of fall off and on. Like if you meet me in person, like you can tell I'm at the gym 4 days a week. I'm in fairly good shape, but you can also tell I don't say no to cake. So like if I actually ate better instead of stuffing my face with my chocolate addiction, I'd probably be a lot smaller than I am. So I mean for the health thing, but I'm also in with Derek. I want to make this channel bigger. I want to make it better. I want to get on my own videos that I'm going to start releasing on the channel with more international things. Like I'd like to talk about what's going on with the U.S. and Venezuela down there. I'd like to talk about Russia, Ukraine. I'd like to talk about Israel, Gaza, and Palestine and all that. Thailand is in war right now. That's a whole thing. I don't see a whole lot of that on the news. So I'd like to start a thing where I start talking about that stuff. Yeah, we're all getting banned, Mike.
Yeah, there you go.
It's going to be me, Derek, and Mike, and PJ, and we're all going to be at the thing on the 26th, and we're going to get a picture, and it's going to break the internet. God, I hate that expression. Nobody's breaking the internet by posting a picture. Shut up.
Okay, so Mike sent buy me a coffee for a hoodie. So I guess Tony wanted to do his and her hoodies. It's Mike wanted to do a hoodie giveaway, so let's do 3 giveaways. Let's wrap things up. My kids are wanting to play
Spin the wheel.
Scrabble.
My
I
daughter
want to do
wants to watch
Scrabble.
Stranger Things.
There you go. I didn't have the wheel ready. Let me get the old wheel moving. Wild 1957 flower. Is Wild 1957 flower still in the chat? Let's see if they pop in. We'll do Mike's giveaway first. There they are. Hold on 1 second. Congratulations. You've won yourself a free hoodie from our store. Let's hold on there, and I'm going to give you I'm going to do the other draw for the his and hers, and then I'll give you guys the information. Congratulations, Wildflower, for that one. Let me pull the next one. Mike Freedom Honey. Is Mike in the chat? Is Mike in the chat? Hey, Mike, congratulations. That's awesome. Do you know how long Mike's been watching this channel and how long Mike's been a member of this channel for? That's awesome. I'm glad to see that. Where's Mike? Is Mike still in here? That's awesome. He won his and hers hoodies. He can give one to Sherry, his wife. Which, by the way, give it to somebody else. Mike, you and Sherry don't want hoodies? I'm insulted. I'm insulted. But look at you being generous there.
Spin the wheel.
Let's do it. Okay. That's too bad. I thought him and Sherry would have enjoyed those hoodies. Well, now I'll just tell him he's a traitor the next time I see him. I'll tell the wheel not to pick Mike again. No, I'm just joking.
So it's treason, is it?
Treason. I have lots of your stuff. Well, there you go. I'll give you a knuckle sandwich next time I see you. You'll have more stuff.
Fills my frigid heart with joy.
Larry 6007. Is Larry still in the chat?
Larry 6000.
Larry 6007.
That is not over 9,000.
Larry. Is Larry still here? Come on.
Let's go.
Where's Larry at? Mike added him. So is he still here? Larry 6007. Where is he? I'm going to give him another 15 seconds to chime in, because if there's a delay or anything, if Larry doesn't get in, we'll have to redraw.
Yeah, dang.
Where are you at, Larry? Come on, it's New Year's. We don't have all night. There is somebody with 6,006 reasons to hide. There you go. I like that. Oh, there's Larry. Oh, I was literally about to hit the wheel again, Larry. Right at the 11th hour. Good job. Okay, congratulations to both of you. Larry, his and her hoodies. If you don't have a her or a his, I'm assuming you're a his. If you don't have a her, just pick 2, I guess. Just pick 2. That's courtesy of Tony. Absolutely amazing. Tony is so generous on this channel. Go and pick your hoodies over at our shop channel and then drop me an email, both of you. Unacceptable Fringe YT@gmail.com.
I can hear you one finger peck typing.
Can you?
Yeah.
unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com. There's the address right there on the screen for you. YT is in YouTube, unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com. You have 24 hours. Send me an email. Let me know what you want from the store. Again, Wildflower, pick a single hoodie. Larry, pick 2 hoodies. Make sure to get me the pattern, the size, get a screenshot if you can, the color, all your shipping information, including a phone number. If they're unable to deliver, I've been told they call. I know somebody said earlier they didn't get a phone call. I do delete the phone numbers afterwards. I do not keep them for my own personal records, believe me. Send me all your shipping information. I will get those sent out to you as soon as possible. I know the company's out for New Year's. So starting on the 2nd, I guess, what is that, Friday? Friday, I'll order the hoodies. And I will send you a confirmation when that's done. To everybody else who was in the live stream, I hope you have a very happy new year. I hope you guys are safe. If you're out tonight after the show, please don't drink and drive. We kind of want people to be here in future streams. Thank you to everybody who's hit the subscription button, who's joined us here on the channel.
Take the back roads home.
Take the back roads. Don't hit any bumps. You might spill your drink. From myself, from Matt, again, buckle up. 2026 is going to be a crazy year. Alberta's getting its independence. I can't wait to have APP on the channel to answer your guys' questions and many other great things coming up in the new year. With that said, ladies and gentlemen,
we'll see you next week. And don't forget, check us out on the 26th in Calgary.
That's going to be fun. That almost sounded too used car salesman-y, but that's okay. It's going to be a great town hall with APP. Can't wait to be there. You guys are great. Take care of yourselves, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one. Happy New Year.